December 31st, Friday. You want to visit the shrine?
It's New Year's Eve after all.
But, right now? It's not even 7 p.m. yet, you know? Takia had called me just before I could place the soba noodles I would have had for dinner into the pot.
There's actually 3 parts to it. First up, a year-end party. Then, at midnight, when the New Year's bell rings, we'll visit the shrine. After that, we'll do an all-nighter New Year's celebration.
You sure sound hyped.
No. I was actually really depressed until a moment ago, you know? Even though it's New Year's Eve, I can't get a single girl to spend it with me.
I see. So you reached out to me in desperation, basically.
2 of them went back home to the countryside, and one of them broke up with me because I ditched her on Christmas. Another one said okay, but then
Then why don't you go out with that last girl?
But listen, she said she was going to wear a fur-sewed kimono, man. How could I possibly suppress my urges the entire night when she's wearing that?
If anything, I think that she should be more frustrated for being rejected over such a superficial reason.
Well, stop worrying about the details and just come with me. Even though a lot of things happened this year, I think we should just forget about everything, yeah?
Who else is coming?
The usual gang, obviously. You, me, and, that's everyone.
I see. In a way, I had a feeling that would be the case. In terms of those who would be present and absent, I mean. I doubt Setsuna would appear somewhere where there's a chance of crossing paths with me right now. I know she's not one to show up that easily. Because of that, even though it's a little sad, I feel a little relieved.
You can't?
It's not like I'm completely free. Yesterday I received a letter in my mail, and it's just sitting there on my table. Mari-san sent it. A ticket to Tomoyoko's New Year's concert. It starts at 8 o'clock. If I head out now, I can still make it. But that would mean openly rejecting Takia's invitation.
Hey, Haruki, are you really okay right now?
What do you mean by that? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't interested. A live concert by a world-class pianist? Premium seat? It also happens to be a special invitation that's a result of the recognition that I'd gained through my first real assignment?
It's a rare chance, so why don't you try getting backstage? If you tell them you're from Ensemble, they'll let you in for sure.
But if I were to come face to face with Tomoyoko herself and her performance, I'm sure it'd end up making me recall some of my past memories, even if I don't want to. Having succeeded her bloodline and talents, I'm sure that I'd see a certain someone playing her on her own stage, on the opposite side of the world. Much like her mother, and much like her, she'd also grab the attention of her audience in a single sweep.
Just maybe, you might see Kazusa there too, you know?
No. What I'd be seeing again are memories pertaining to a certain someone.
Could it be that what we did had the opposite effect?
Not really.
Not really. Is that a yes or no?
Could it be that Tomoyoko still remembers me? Even if she forgot, if I pushed my way to the waiting rooms and told her that I was the one who wrote that article, I might get a chance to meet her. And she might remember the moment she recognizes me. And would she tell her daughter about me if that were to happen?
The truth is, you want to see her, don't you?
It's another link between Kazusa and me. A potential path that might lead me to meeting with Kazusa again.
Hey, Haruki, on the night of the 24th, what happened between you
Takia,
and...
in that case, I will. Okay, where?
What?
What do you mean, what? I'm asking where we'll meet. Isn't that why you called me in the first place? It's time to give it up. I have no right to even remember the name Toma when I can't even have proper closure with Setsuna.
You're actually coming?
Well, I won't go if you won't tell me where you are.
I'll be at Onjuku Station, East Exit, near the ticket booth, 30 minutes from now.
You could have just said so to begin with, you know. You always get caught up in pointless conversations.
Sorry.
Those two will likely corner me and force me to tell them the truth about what happened that day. But right now, I don't plan on hiding my sins, nor do I plan on running away. I'll tell them the truth, let them yell at me, and accept their judgment.
What the hell?
I'm sorry. Io, calm down. The beer glass that she had raised to lead our toast just minutes ago slammed down on the table, as if brought down by an iron fist. But
Why is Setsuna saying something like that now?
like I said, don't be so loud. Haruki is pretty hurt himself. Wait, Setsuna-chan? I predicted that Io would be angry, but I was wrong about who she'd be angry with.
She knows? She knows full well that Haruki can't forget about Toma. Shouldn't she understand more than anyone that you'll never be able to let her go?
Io,
She knew, but even so, she still loves you, Haruki. That was why I wanted to help her out, and yet...
yeah, that's right. That's why we were always on Setsuna-chan's side.
But just as Haruki makes his decision to be with her, Setsuna brings up something so obvious and slaps Haruki's hand away? What the hell is she thinking?
I can only gawk at Io and her furious expression, unable to comprehend the rationale behind her anger. Even so, I'm not the only one who's perplexed about it, despite being the actual one involved. Takia, who's sitting right next to me, which means her current way of thinking is probably one that guys like us can't understand.
Just how bitter is she? Just how troublesome can she be?
That's... it's my fault Setsuna became like that because of me.
If you ask me, this is just her trying to take some petty form of revenge. It's nothing but a meaningless grudge that she wants to get back at you for.
That's impossible. She's the only girl I know that's actually worthy of being called an angel. And I don't mean that just as a pickup line, you know?
Even so, what Setsuna did this time was the worst. Even if she's an angel, what she did was something only a fallen angel would do.
She just got dragged down to earth. By Haruki, that is. Compared to Io, who's completely on my side, it's easier for me to understand what Takia is saying, given that he's completely berating me for the issue.
Why are you speaking up for Setsuna? If we're only talking about this case, it's definitely Setsuna's fault. Do you understand how terrible she was to Haruki?
After all, I never even dreamed that someone would actually speak up for me, let alone that someone like Io would be the first to do it. Well, it was unavoidable. She was always bottling up those feelings inside her. Setsuna was simply too kind. She really didn't say anything up until now.
If she's just going to explode at the end, then she might as well just point it out from the very beginning. Yell at him, make Haruki admit that it was his fault.
Io, I know I'm slow at understanding women's feelings, but even Takia can't seem to process this one. Is it because Io's mentality is that much different from the rest? Or is it simply because neither of us understand how women think? Or maybe it's because both of these statements are true.
I mean, Setsuna, she absolutely refused to yield about this until now. Always saying that it wasn't Haruki's fault, that it definitely wasn't his fault.
That's true, I guess.
But what happened in the past, no matter how we look at it, was undeniably Haruki's fault. There's no denying that he did something terrible to Setsuna.
Yeah, the betrayal from 3 years ago, avoiding her for 2 years, and the lie 1 week ago. Io didn't mention anything specific, and even Takia didn't admit it openly, but I'm the one who's most aware of all the sins I've committed. There's only one person among the 4 of us that's not aware of them. Or rather, said person doesn't want to accept them.
Setsuna should have told him sooner. She should have admitted that Haruki was at fault and blamed him for the things he's done. Haruki needed her to do that too.
Well, she ended up admitting all that, didn't she? It just took her a little time.
It took her way too much time. In all the time she took moping around like that, Haruki never once forgot about Toma.
It hurts. The topic they're discussing now, it hurts.
It's because Setsuna refused to let go. It's what forced them into this situation where they can't move on or go back either.
It's not because what they're saying is close to the truth, or because they're bringing up the past. It's because their words are filled with such sincerity that I feel ashamed of myself. I'm ashamed because I've become incapable of acting sincerely when it comes to Setsuna.
I'm leaving?
Whatever happened to visiting the shrine? With an extremely irritated look on her face, Io stands up and puts on her jacket as if to say she doesn't want to speak with us any longer.
I'm going to Setsuna's house right now. If worst comes to worst, I'll be cutting all ties with her.
What? Come on, just cut it out already. Haruki never wished for something like that to happen either.
This time alone, it's definitely Setsuna's fault.
Even so, the one who's suffering over this right now is most likely Setsuna-chan herself. Even though she just dumped Haruki? Even though she kept leading him on all this time? Then again, isn't it more painful to dump someone than to be dumped?
Oh my,
I suppose you may have a point. Even given that you've got plenty of experience on either side.
Don't you understand?
No, of course I don't understand. After all, I've never dumped anyone.
Maybe you were just too dense to realize it.
What do you mean?
Would you two stop it already? What's the point in arguing here now? This was supposed to be a party where those two would scold me. But at some point or another, it turned into me trying to calm them both down. I seriously think I just heard Takiya's temple making a popping sound. Guess this year's almost over. I take a glimpse at my cell phone. 11:55. I can hear the New Year's bells sounding the countdown already. So, what now?
Huh?
What now? How about we call it a day?
Now, listen here. Have you two already forgotten your main objective for today? I'm sure Takiya mentioned a New Year's shrine visit in his invitation. Then again, at the time, we hadn't gotten into that huge fight yet. In the end, with the tense atmosphere enveloping us, we all kept on pouring alcohol down our throats in silence. I don't know how, but I had to get in the middle of these two, who were supposed to be scolding me and encouraging me tonight, keeping their emotions in check while I ordered 3 people's worth of drinks. Still, I managed to find my old self again as I found myself taking care of them. I wonder if they realize that I'm starting to look less and less like a man who just got dumped. They kept a subtle distance from each other, and not knowing whether we were heading to the shrine or back to the station, I chose simply to follow behind them. And eventually, we found ourselves in front of Onjuku Art and Culture Hall's entrance. Guests came pouring out of the hall and down the stairs, and a massive wave of people suddenly appeared before my very eyes. In any case, it appears the concert just ended. Looking at the clock on my phone, I see that it's 11:59 right now. Seems like the New Year's concert was just a little short of the New Year. Swallowed up by the wave of people heading toward the station, my hastened pace slows down. The people coming out of the hall have their faces flushed with excitement as they talk about how amazing the concert was. Crowd's excitement floods my surrounding as it drowns out the sound of the New Year's bell meant for the first night of the year, bringing me the slightest bit of discomfort. It must have been an absolutely amazing concert, and I feel the slightest bit of regret for missing out on it. As we were drifting through the bustling sea of people around us, it was at that very moment that the New Year's had arrived.
Happy New Year, Haruki.
Happy New Year, Haruki. Let's get along this year, too.
Come on, both of you. You guys should realize that there's someone else apart from me and yourselves here. Even though we've already fulfilled the conditions for a truce, it seems that the Cold War that broke out earlier won't come to an end so easily. Why did these two meet up in the first place? Why did they call me out? Whose fault is it that they've gotten into a fight? What should I do to make them go back to normal? I swear, these two always put the cart before the horse. Hey, EO,
What?
there's a small favor I'd like to ask of you. Good work. What? My impressions? You really want to hear that from me? I get it. I don't want to admit it, but it doesn't seem like I don't want to admit it, but it doesn't seem like I'll beat you anytime soon. Anyway, I'll be heading back to the hotel. Are you going to... Huh? The seat beside me? That's right. The seat on your left. Was no one there?
Now that you mention it, it was empty the whole time.
I see.
Why? Did you invite someone you know?
You could say that. So, you decided not to show up then?
Your first husband? Your second husband? Or my father?
Someone like that, yeah.
Stop joking around. I have no idea how to react if I met him right now.
I see. It didn't work, huh? I see.
Mom? Hey, you want to go drinking after we're back at the hotel, Kazusa?
What are you saying all of a sudden?
Nothing wrong with that, right? You're past 20 already. It's always been a dream of mine to go drinking with my daughter.
I'm pretty sure you drink every day back home anyway.
Being in Japan is what makes it special. We don't often get a chance to come back like this, so I want to try heating up a pot of it the old-fashioned way.
Your age is showing. Even though your piano still sounds so wild and full of life.
Did you have something you wanted to do? Someone you wanted to meet? Kazusa, you know.
There's no longer a place in this country meant for me. Okay, I got it. It's been a while since I've listened to you grumbling, Mom. That's fine. Let's drink until morning, okay?
What are you talking about? It was a huge success, wasn't it? Tonight calls for a celebration. Alright, I'm not letting you sleep tonight.
You're right. Congratulations. And here's hoping for another great year together, Mom.
Yeah, well, I'll see you at the hotel. I'll be heading over after I take care of some formalities.
Got it. Later. What a depressing chime. I guess I really am back in Japan. Hey, I wonder if you're doing okay. Happy New Year. Here's to another great year. Though, it's not like we're ever going to meet again, are we?
Happy New Year, yo.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Yeah, let's get along this year too.
Thank goodness you answered. My heart felt like it was going to burst.
You sound so excited. Have you been drinking?
Well, yeah, I was drinking until just a little while ago, to be honest. I was on the floor until just a moment ago.
Is that so? Are you outside now?
Yeah, I'm heading to the shrine to pay a visit. How about you, Setsuna?
I'm at home. I just finished eating soba with my family while watching Red and White. And now I'm back in my room.
Is that so?
I'm sorry. You went out of your way to invite me too.
It's alright. We understand. We know it's the Ogaso family tradition.
It's not really because of that.
By the way, there's actually something I need to apologize to you for.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, Setsuna. You might resent me for this, but here, this is for you.
Yo.
Setsuna,
Uh-huh.
don't hang up. Please, give me a minute. Just hear me out. Why?
Just as I expected. No, far exceeding my expectations. Setsuna becomes flustered the moment she hears my voice through the phone. I asked Io to do this. I figured you wouldn't answer if I tried calling you myself.
No way! That's unfair! That's so unfair, Haruki-kun!
I'm sorry.
No, actually, I'm the one who's unfair. I'm the one who did all those horrible things.
Setsuna,
Why would you want to talk to a terrible woman like me? You're so weird, Haruki-kun.
I'm weird, huh?
After all,
Setsuna's voice is slowly falling apart. She's clearly upset, confused, sad, and panicking, all at the same time. But there is also a small hint of excitement in her voice, because I must apologize to you, no matter what.
Why would you need to apologize, Haruki-kun?
This reaction from Setsuna puts me on the verge of tears. After all, just like you said, I lied to you, Setsuna. I never managed to forget about Kazusa. Setsuna most likely has the exact same expression on her face as I do now. And I think that, even after today, I won't ever be able to forget about Kazusa. But right now, I have to keep my wits about me. I definitely won't yield on what comes next. I can't afford to lose to her in this. And then, besides that, there's something I must apologize to you above all other things.
You can do it, right, Hirahara?
A certain someone gave me courage.
You still love her nevertheless. Still can't give up?
A certain someone taught me the answer.
If you ask me, as long as you can move forward, that's all that matters. If someone is willing to work hard and down to the bone, then I don't see myself ever hating them.
A certain someone showed me the right path. Despite everything, I still love you, Setsuna. I'm sorry. Even though you totally dumped me, I just couldn't give up. I can no longer hear any sounds or breathing from the other side of the line. After hearing the loud noise of two objects colliding. Anyway, good night. And also, Happy New Year. I don't know how much of what I just said reached Setsuna. If at all possible, let's get along this year too. But that's fine, because right now, I only need the determination to resolve my own feelings. If I wish to resolve Setsuna's feelings about this, she would also have to be present.
Haruki-kun, no.
Thank you, Io. I attempt to return the cell phone I borrowed, but Io doesn't seem like she's planning on taking it back. She's just standing there, gawking at my face in disbelief. Until a moment ago, Io was keeping her distance from Takia, but now they're right next to each other and both staring at me. Alright, what's next? Wanna visit the shrine as we planned? Or shall we just call it a night here? What's the matter? Is there something on my face? That said, it's not as if I don't know why these two are looking absolutely dumbfounded. Honestly, even I thought I went a little overboard there.
You?
Damn. Happy New Year, Takia, Io. Now, all there's left is for you two to say it to each other, right?
Bastard! You damn! How dare you make me worry so much?
That was so disgusting, man. You know how many goosebumps I just got? Hey, calm down, you drunks. With Io and Takia putting two people's worth of weight on my head, we lose balance and stumble left and right in the middle of the sidewalk. To those around us, we definitely look like a bunch of stupid drunken students. Not that the image is completely wrong.
Haruki, don't let her go again. Don't you ever let her go again.
I'm the one who got dumped though. Screw it all. We'll be drinking until morning now. Got it? Man, she's such a waste on you. I thought we were calling it a night. Well, not that I mind. But now, since it's New Year's, everyone around us will most likely let it slide this time. If anything, they're probably enjoying the sight of us, who were in a quarrel just a moment ago, get along. Here's to all the people who have supported me in the past year, and to all of those who I have no doubt will keep supporting me in this following year. Here's to the reliable ones who supported me, to the not so reliable ones who supported me, and to those who supported me even when asked not to, and to those who supported me even when asked not to. Here's to all my cherished friends, and to the one most beloved who stayed by my side despite all the grief I put her through. To all of you, I wish a Happy New Year, and I hope it'll be a great year indeed. January 13th, Thursday. So cold. As always, the chill of the wind outside the window prickles my skin. It's been 3 days since winter break ended. I've come to the lab after my lecture, and even though it's indoors, the piercing cold remains relentless. I haven't seen anyone from the seminar for the past 3 days. It's been like this since winter break because the fourth year students and the graduate students are reviewing their thesis with their professor. So they all gather at the seminar room instead. And today, as expected, there doesn't seem to be a single third year student that's crazy enough to come to this lab, which has since lost its purpose either. I thought that at times like this, I'd be able to catch a certain lazy one snoozing here in a sleeping bag. In the past 2 days, I've seen Izumi neither in the lecture hall nor in the lab. In the past 2 days, I haven't seen Izumi in the lecture hall nor in the lab. Well, I'm not sure what should be considered normal in her case, but given that she barely managed to submit her winter paper in time, I wouldn't be surprised if she went right back to square one. That, and I need to apologize for something I did at the end of last year, as well as thank her. Come to think of it, did she even manage to graduate to the next year? Huh? What? Just now.
Yo,
Whoa! As I look over to something that's appeared in the corner of my eye, my vision is blocked by a familiar face.
what's up? You're totally spacing out there, man. Did a really cute girl pass by just now?
No, really cute would be undeniably apt if it were truly her, though.
Done with your lectures for today?
Yeah, pretty much. But I probably got the wrong person. Because the moment we made eye contact, it was like nothing had happened, and I was magnificently ignored.
Can I come over to your place then? It'd be nice to have an alibi for what, getting some quality bonding time as two friends for once sounds like a good idea, yeah?
Sure, that's fine. I'm off work today anyway. What is it?
Oh, nothing. It's just that it's been a while since you gave me the okay on my first try.
Oh, is that right? I guess I've been treating everyone pretty terribly. Sorry, it's just that I had a lot going on.
No, this is a great sign. It was all because you were gloomy to the core and shutting yourself in, but it seems like you've reflected on all those things you've done.
Right, bye. I'll be heading home first.
Wait, that was a compliment. You should be happy.
There's no way I could be happy so openly. In any case, I'm quite gloomy after all.
In any case, let's go buy some beer and snacks along the way, yeah? And drink to our heart's content today. It's fine if I stay over as well, right?
It's fine, but no matter how much we drink, I have to wake up at 6:30 a.m. and head out by 8 a.m. My first lecture is the earliest of the day.
As usual, sleeping over at your place is like living in a Buddhist temple. Well, whatever. Let's get going. What's the matter? Was she really that cute?
No, let's go. Following Takia, I turned my head and tried to catch a glimpse of that girl once more. But with no one there anymore, all that remains was a long shadow cast by the sunset. That couldn't have been Setsuna, right? The way she panicked and looked away while running. Was that just me imagining things?
Why are you acting like some middle schooler going through puberty? Just now, you were staring at Haruki the whole time, weren't you? And the moment you two made eye contact, you ran away, didn't you? Yo! Why are you avoiding him? What are you saying? I forgot something in the lecture hall. Could it be that you still haven't talked to Haruki? Even though it's been 2 weeks since that happened? I'm telling you, I just forgot something. Do you hate being together with Haruki now? Don't you ever want to see him anymore? No way! Why are you saying something so cruel, Io? You're the cruel one here, Setsuna. Haruki already clearly conveyed his feelings to you, hasn't he? So why aren't you giving him an answer? That's because... Listen, basically... To make a long story short... There's nothing short about this. Come with me right now. It's time for us to talk.
Wait, let me go. Ah.
What's going on now? I thought you two made up your minds long ago. Are you going to break up? Are you getting back together then?
Never mind getting back together.
Should I go tell Haruki then? Tell him that there's nothing to be said anymore? Tell him that your relationship is completely over?
Don't do that. Don't make up your mind about me so easily.
Then why are you still hesitating so much? Aren't there supposed to be two choices? Either okay or no good?
Because I'm the one who dumped Haruki-kun, alright? I'm the one who decided to break up with him.
You're not serious about that, right? Everyone knows that.
But I meant what I said. So why? How could Haruki-kun still possibly love me?
Don't they say you like someone simply because you like them? That's already set in stone. Don't they say that you can't help who your heart loves? That's already set in stone.
I really meant it when I did that horrible thing to Haruki-kun. I led him to the hotel, then dumped him at the very last moment, you know?
That's what you did? Haruki didn't describe it in such detail, but that's actually pretty awful of you.
That's why I don't understand. He's supposed to be mad at me. He should be hating me for it. And yet, why is he?
You'll never know unless you ask him in person. That's why I want you to talk to him.
I'm scared.
Even though you were on the offense so many times before, what's the problem now?
What I can do is chase after him when he's running away from me. But I don't know how to deal with it when he's approaching me.
What in the world? Were you two playing some cruel game of tag?
I'm worried that I'll fail once again. That will be hurt even worse than before. And just like that, my legs refuse to move.
What a mess.
It might sound weird, but up until this point, I could only feel at ease when Haruki-kun was running away from me.
It is weird, alright? Just like you said.
My feelings couldn't reach him, then we wouldn't be hurt any deeper. The pain from 3 years ago wouldn't repeat itself either. So, if I could just watch him from a bit of a distance, even though it'd be painful, I would still feel happy all the same. And that's why I could keep holding on.
Setsuna.
But whenever our distance closed a little, I couldn't help but want to be even closer to him. I was under the delusion that it was possible that he could belong to me and me alone.
That's not a delusion.
No, it's a delusion for sure. Haruki will never be able to forget about Kazusa. When I realized that, my body just instinctively refused him. That's what happened during Christmas. Do you understand now? That's why he shouldn't have had any reason to like me anymore.
In that case, what do you plan to do?
What should I do, huh? Hey, how about the four of us just stay together?
The four of us?
Haruki-kun with Takia-kun, Takia-kun with you, and you with me, Io. Just like that. We'd be together without being directly connected, wouldn't we?
If that kind of indirect relationship is what you want, how about you go ahead?
Io, you'll keep being friends with us, right? With both Takia-kun and me, I mean.
Sure, I can agree to that.
Thank you.
If you think that after Haruki gets a girlfriend, has a family and children, and talks to us about his family, you can still be here talking with a smile, that is. Look at how shocked you are over a mere hypothetical statement. So, was everything you just said a lie? Setsuna, you can only push yourself so far. In my opinion, if you acted normally, I wouldn't have to be here saying this, you know?
I'm perfectly normal.
During these past 3 years, over 100 guys have approached you. If you had been moved by any of them, or at least became friends with any of them, I wouldn't be saying this either.
Friends? I have Takia-kun.
Okay, I'm going to call you out there. I said during these past 3 years, friends you made before don't count.
Why? Why are you being so mean, Io? I'm not wrong, and I didn't do anything wrong. Why can't you admit that?
Because you are wrong? At least, I think you've got everything wrong right now, Setsuna. Listen, Setsuna. It's definitely Haruki's fault that you became all twisted like this. But if you can't be honest with yourself, if you don't use your own power to get a hold of yourself, your wish will never be granted, you know. That's about it. I'm sorry for saying some harsh things, but I won't apologize for pointing out your mistakes. After you calm your head a little, try to think it through again.
Someone, help me. Tell me that I haven't done anything wrong. I really know that all of this is wrong. Still, I want someone to validate me. Someone, please tell me that I'm absolutely right.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. New Year's has come and gone again, with a different ship passing in the night event between Haruki and Kazusa. But at least Setsuna and Haruki did see each other. No, they didn't talk. Baby steps, right? But this is kind of getting silly. At least they're moving again. Hopefully, they'll be talking to each other before the winter ends.